What's up? So if you still don't know like what to work on, and you're wondering which path to take and what you should do with your life, I will lay out a possibility that may change the way you perceive what it is that you're actually capable of, and take you from a position that I think you're in right now to a position that will mean you're waking up every day with actual purpose in your life. So let's get into it. Alright, so we all have like a lot of things that we want to accomplish, right? I mean, I can definitely vouch for this because a lot of the time come up with ideas of things that are completely out of my league, and I think if I was X or if I was Y, I would want to do this or do that, right? And I get exactly why there's so many different things that you might want to get out of living, right? But understandably, time is limited, so you have to choose what is the most important. So you need to prioritize the things that are the most important to you. And I also understand that you might not know exactly what it is that is the most important or what it is that you should do. And the biggest problem with making a video like this is that it has to come with a hard truth, and that is that I can't exactly tell you the thing that you're passionate about and the thing that you want to accomplish. That's for you to distill. It's not really to come up with. It's already there somewhere in your mind. You just need to, the lighting's really bad. You need to distill it, come up with it, or not really come up with it, but take away all the distractions, take away all the thoughts, and you'll come out with a final product. And how do you do this? I'm not going to be the first person to say it. There's plenty of videos. Maybe I'll link some down below. But it takes time, and it takes a lot of focus, and it takes a lot of removing distractions to be able to find out what it is that actually matters to you and distill this purpose within you, right? So you may be in a state like I was at the very beginning of last year, where I was kind of, I was waking up every day, doing all these like self-improvement habits, like cold showers and meditation and whatnot. But after they were done in the morning, I'd be up pretty early, but I wouldn't have anything specific to work on. So it would kind of just be like this weird kind of like half self-improvement thing, but I'm not actually working on anything. So if you're in that kind of state, I fully get you. I was in it as well. So, I knew that I wanted to actually be working on something, and I knew I wanted to improve my life and, help some people with something that I'm knowledgeable in. And in the process, obviously, improve my own life. So if you're looking for a one-size-fits-all answer, is to do, you can copy me, do what I'm doing, and create content about something you're passionate about. Now that's pretty broad. That can take you a lot of places, and it's not a nice answer if you don't like it. But that's the one-size-fits-all answer. Create something, create content with value, right? With influence that you wish you were watching 3 years instead of whatever fucking brain rot content you weren't watching instead. And doesn't really matter what platform you pick, because as of right now, you're living in an age where one person with enough work can gain the influence that entire media companies have, or even more than media companies have, right? Who are ran by multiple people and have massive funding. And the access to the platforms for this are mostly free. I mean, uploading to YouTube is free. Watching on YouTube is, free from money. Sure, there's ads, but for me, it's free. All it takes is hard work. So that's the one-size-fits-all answer, is to create something. And this is interesting. Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Look at that. So you may be wondering, so what is it that I should do? That's the part where you need to put in the work, right? That's the part where you need to stay focused for a few months, maybe not months, but weeks at least, to try and figure out what it is that is important to you, important enough that you're willing to make a change in your life and start working towards changing other people's lives. And that could be, I'm teaching these sorts of weird religious and theological concepts and lifestyle stuff. I can't exactly define my own niche. I know the general stuff I want to teach, so that's all I'm really doing. Maybe one day there'll be a definition for it. Maybe it's, fitness coaching, or maybe it's you want to teach people how to learn a certain skill and how to use that skill and whatnot. There's so many different things you can do, but the thing that's important to you need to figure that out. And you should do it. Because if you've got a passion like this, you should do it, and you should do it in the name of Christ and make the people whose lives you're trying to change so much better, right? And it'll be better at the thing you already know or the thing you're already learning. So let this light shine before man, that they may see your good works and give glory to the Father who is in heaven. This is what you should do if you're anything like me. If you want influence and you want to leave your positive mark on this world. So another thing is, you don't have to quit everything you're doing to, take on such a career almost, right? I'm not doing this full time, even though I wish I was. But this is the beauty about humans, is that the combination of you, the way you teach your thing, and the thing you teach and your specific circumstances will appeal to some people, right? And even if it's a small percentage of a certain population that you're trying to reach, those numbers will be massive. And just for fun, I'll show you why your unique circumstances, combined with the unique way you choose to present your ideas, combined with the unique way you'll be teaching, will at least appeal to 1% of the population. Let's just take that as a marker, just for fun, and let's look into what that means statistically. So I live in the UK, and I've got these statistics here on my phone. I live in the UK, and its population is, and 1% of the UK's population is 670,000 people. So that's if my content reached 1% of people in the country that I currently live in. But the internet is obviously international, so even in the continent I live in, which is Europe, that's 1% of that population is 7.5 million people. So think about reaching that many people, right? But on a global scale, so there's about 1.5 billion English speakers. So 1% of those gives you a crowd of 15 million people that you could hypothetically reach if you only reached 1%, right? I'll put on screen like some images of a crowd of 15 million people, and those probably don't even capture all of it, right? And that's just 1%. Imagine if you got 2%. There's been people who have, there's been YouTubers like PewDiePie who have reached more than 100 million people. So imagine that, but slightly less than 10 times. So if you want one thing out of life, and that is to change the world for the better, and you basically already have everything that you'll ever need to do so. You've got the platform to gain the influence. All you need to do is put in the work, and don't think of it as something that you could do, but more as something that you can. I'm in Richmond Park, and some random doggo came to greet me, so I had to cut the video because I didn't want him to knock over the camera. Anyways, where was I at? Right. Don't think of it as something you could do, but rather something you can do. Because through Christ, it is definitely possible. Have faith, and you'll be able to do absolutely anything. So if you don't know what to do with your life or what to work on changing the world, because you absolutely can. So on a final note before I go, I just wanted to add this little bit to the outro. A little summary, just in case. So do find the thing you love and try and actually turn it into something that could help people's lives, because I feel like that's probably the most beautiful things you could do with your life. Do it for the interest of providing value. Don't do it for the interest of money. This is something I have written above my desk every time I come to plan one of these videos. Now, I'll put a little photo of it up. You should put this above your desk if you want to be like the content creators that changed your life, So do what I've done and write it above your desk. Money is not the goal is to provide value. You saw a picture just now, there it is. Anyways, so go out and do the work, do it in the name of Christ, and you'll be doing absolutely everything you need. And as always, keep your faith and you'll do great things. On a final note, for your information as well, I'm gonna try and make this into like a series in which I'll attempt to solve or help young people with more common problems that exist in the modern day. And this one was supposed to be about identity and confusion. So I've got a massive list and that should carry us for a few months. Anyways, I'll see you then.